Like, I'm Ebony, and he's Ivany, and we don't agree on a whole bunch of things, like the immigrant crisis. But, or something like that.
Yeah, like those damn dirty Mexicans trying to get across my goddamn border. Fuck them up,
Oh, well,
son.
Mexicans aren't smelly, because tacos
Yeah, but
smell
they're
nice.
taking our goddamn jobs.
Oh, oh, Sam Wilson, Captain America. You read that? He's a socialist, and he's like, The Mexicans, they're allowed to cross the
Captain
border, it's
America,
fine."
we're one like the real
Well,
Captain America. He's all white and shit, and he's all like purdy and stuff. So what he says and does is what counts, not that stupid
I'm a millennial,
Sam
so
Wilson.
I'm a millennial, so
I don't give a shit if
I
you
am a
was nine,
millennial.
boy.
I am a millennial. I am a
Uh,
mother.
oh Christ. Anyway, as you guys can see from this video, we have sunk to a new low, or at least I have, because I'm doing a Google Hangouts thing, and it's fucking gonna be terrible. And appropriately, I'd say, we're gonna be talking about something that's almost as bad as Google Hangouts, and that
Wow.
is the Flash and Supergirl crossover episode. So,
This this episode is worse than the Serbian
well,
genocide.
well, oh wow. Well, first let's make some context for this
To me.
because a lot of people were actually really excited for these two shows to cross over. It's been like something they've wanted since the show was announced, and you and I we just basically gave up on DC TV. Like,
I still listen to, not listen, watch Gotham because that show has given up. It's not trying to be anything good anymore. It's just zany madness, and I love it.
yeah, and there's of course iZombie, which is more of a Vertigo property, obviously.
iZombie is the
Um,
best comic book TV show on air, definitely.
oh yeah, I mean after the shitstorm that was Daredevil season 2, well, I have to agree with you. But I mean, talking about the superhero stuff like Supergirl, Flash, Arrow,
Yeah.
we don't care, just don't. But you watched the episode and you pretty much had like the mother ball rage outs, and then
It wasn't a rage out. It was more like, what am I watching? It was just kind of more. I went through the 5 stages of grief while watching it.
yeah, that's what kind. I wasn't as invested into it. I was just more of just bored and then mildly annoyed. Well, pretty pissed off at a few points. Because when you think of a crossover episode, you think that something exciting is going to happen, like how the characters are going to play off each other, and this doesn't do that at all. This is CW tried bullshit.
It's garbage.
That's pretty much the whole thing, I suppose, because like the Arrow and Flash crossover, it's not great, but at least it's better than this because there you had like the casts interacting shit. Like this is pretty much a regular episode of Supergirl with the
The
Flash.
um, the second part of that was actually pretty good, I will admit. Like with Captain Boomerang.
You mean the one where they're actually teaming up and it's not just a contrived
Yeah,
bullshit fight?
yeah, that
Yeah,
was good.
that's probably the only good episode of Arrow season 3.
It is. Well, I like the second episode after Sarah died,
Which one?
where they kind of wasted Komodo.
Oh yeah, like isn't Bodhi still bitter about that?
Yeah, Bodhi's real angry. Bodhi's real
Yeah,
mad.
yeah. Pretty much everybody who likes Lemire's run was probably like wanting to bash their faces through a brick wall.
Yeah, well, screw the comics.
Yeah, that's basically Arrow's
I hate him.
push. Yeah. But anyway, Supergirl. I have no idea what the hell is going on in this show or in Flash, except that the Flash is doing a lot of multiversal stuff, which is kind of cool, I guess. And then he shows up here, and then Silver Banshee is jealous of Kara, and then Jimmy becomes the Silver Banshee, and he wants to kill her, and
No,
I
that's
don't
my
know.
that's my favorite part. Jimmy's like, I want that booty. I want it. And, like Barry's just like real happy because he's like running across an alternate dimension. Like Jimmy's just still like, you getting in the way of my booty.
Yeah. But Jimmy's terrible in this episode.
He is.
I would say the CIA Jimmy from Batman v Superman, who has like 2 minutes of screen time and then gets his brains blown out, is infinitely better than this one.
Yeah, he is. Like, this year, 2016, was the Battle of the Sexy Jimmy Olsens.
Yeah, and
And the one that got shot in the face won.
after 2 seconds of screen time is better. Um,
Because, you know.
yeah, but I did kind of like the idea of this Jimmy. I kind of like the idea that Superman's been around so long that his little pal would like grow up to just be like an honest to god reporter. I think that's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, but this
Um,
guy is so unlikable and jelly.
it's total trite CW bullshit. Like you would expect iZombie to be a show with that kind of stuff, but it's really not.
Zombie's amazing. And, like,
And
I
everybody,
was kind of hurt when Cat Grant said that thing. 'Cause, like, iZombie has a inoffensive multiracial cast, but it's the best comic book show on TV. You have no right to say that, creators of
yeah.
Supergirl.
Oh yeah, like
I
that whole
will
comment
punch
was
you.
like if Daredevil made a comment like that, I probably would have loved it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this show isn't on the CW. I really, really don't.
It's the most CW show on TV, and it's not even on the CW.
I know.
This is Ugly Betty with superpowers.
Yes, and this is like for those of you who don't know, and you probably don't because Joey hasn't been around on this channel since like we did that Guardians joint video like 2 years
I
ago.
wasn't in that.
You weren't in that?
No, I was in the Age of Ultron one though.
Wait, did we do an Age of Ultron one?
Yeah, George was in it. Remember George? He was
All right,
cool.
yeah. Actually, no, I don't.
Wow, he was Welsh.
Yes, he was Welsh. Um, but because I was actually kind of excited for this show when it first started out. I just want to say that. I thought it maybe could have had an interesting premise, but it is Ugly Betty with superpowers, quote unquote. And I was once again hoping that this crossover was gonna maybe make me interested into the show, like maybe show me what the show is about. Give me an idea that isn't stupid trite CW bullshit. And then the entire episode is basically Silver Banshee is jealous of Kara, and Jimmy's jealous of Barry, and one of these two becomes a homicidal crazy chick. It's Jimmy, and then tries to kill Supergirl and Cat
Silver Banshee.
What the
I love
fuck
that
is her
scene
backstory?
where, like, she goes to, I think it's her aunt or her mom, and her mom's like, well, the women in our family aren't very happy people.
And
They get mad.
and that's the
Have you ever
backstory for
wondered why
Superman.
the women in our family get mad? Is it
Yeah.
because they're human? No. It's because they have an Irish curse.
Oh Christ. Because getting mad is not a natural human thing. That's like you got to be cursed or evil or fucked up to get mad, of course. Joey.
That was beautiful.
But what even is that? Like I was watching that scene and I'm like, who is this woman? And maybe this is because I'm just not following Supergirl, so I don't have proper context for it. But she just goes to like this gypsy chick from Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you got magic powers.
She goes to the aged Willow Rosenberg,
Yeah.
and she is like, and Willow's like, yeah, Xander, but she's also like,
Oh, and speaking of Xander, Supergirl's best friend is like more useless Xander.
yeah. Well, Xander's the best. Leave him alone.
Well, Xander's good, but I've only seen like the first couple of seasons, and his whole character basically is I want to fuck Buffy, and
No, everything that moves.
well, yeah, but the first couple of seasons, it really is I want to just fuck Buffy.
I like his thing with Cordelia that happened though, because
Yeah,
it was probably the best teen romance I've seen on screen because
really.
it doesn't work out at all.
Yeah, well, that was kind of interesting. Wait, they don't get back together? They don't do that?
Oh, did I spoil something for you?
Yeah, you spoiled it
Well,
totally.
sorry for spoiling a show
Before
since like that's been out since
1996.
1996.
Yeah, since I was born.
It's
Holy shit.
20-year-old show. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I
I
know.
apologize. That
Um,
show came out before I was born, so you know.
yeah. I always forget that you're like 12.
Yeah, I'm 12.
But back to Supergirl. Can I just say that some of the dialogue in this episode made me want to like throw myself off a building?
Oh, well, just everything. Everything that wasn't Grant Gustin's Flash made me want to like die. Like I said earlier that I went through the 5 stages of grief. That's true. But like I'm glad I accepted it like really early.
But the problem is that Grant Gustin's The Flash doesn't do anything in the
He
episode.
doesn't. He just hangs around.
Yeah, he's just basically there to make Jimmy jealous and have a couple of shitty fight scenes with Supergirl.
Could we like swap the Jimmys? Like just like in the last minute, like swap CIA Jimmy with other sexy Jimmy and
Yeah,
like get him shot in the face.
yeah, like have the black guy
Die
look
first.
stupid in the movie. Well, to be fair, we did kill like 100,000 white people, so it balances the
Yeah.
scale. Yeah,
It's about time a black guy died.
yeah, um,
I'm allowed to say that.
yeah, because he is black, so that means if any of you 5 people who watch this
I'm the Ebony part.
are SJWs, like I have like the perfect SJW shield with this guy.
I'm your shield.
Yeah,
I'm the human shield. I'm
that you
all
are.
red, white, and blue.
No,
Okay.
but the line about like stop, you're hurting people, and hurting people is wrong, and she's like,
But it feels
just
so good.
good. I was like, fuck. And and there's
Hey,
more. And there are more lines
Screamy
like that.
and Shocky, Sparky.
Yeah.
How
Oh
about you
my
stop
god.
this and sort this out like women? What?
Oh yeah. Everyone's like, what? And then yeah. It's
Did someone write that in the script?
I don't understand how the fuck you can get away with this kind of writing in this day and age. I
I
just
don't get how
don't.
you can get away with this writing, and like everyone's like, "Oh, this is the real Superman show. These are the real superheroes." What? It's like
It is a Superman show in the most superficial fanboy pandering way
like
possible.
14-year-old me writing like Teen Titans fanfic wrote better dialogue than this.
But this show kind of is an interesting beast because it really does show you how fucked fanboy perspectives are.
It is.
Because this is like a Superman show in the most superficial way possible. It has like several elements that are very similar to Superman, and maybe even you could even call them iconic to Superman. But it just has them. It doesn't do anything interesting with them. It just has them to shut up the fanboys, so we can get away with its own trite bullshit. This is basically the same thing Arrow does. It's like,
It's
oh, we respect the source material, but
honestly
no.
like this is as bad as Smallville, but it just has a higher budget and can do costumes.
Yeah, and even then, this episode really doesn't have anything half as good as Arrow season one. I think.
No, to be honest, I gave up on the Flash like at the end of season one, but like the first half of that was pretty good in my
And it had
opinion.
good use of Flash's powers, and they
Yeah,
didn't really do anything overtly stupid or cheap with that kind of stuff. And this, you would expect that this would get a bigger budget because this is on the CBS.
yeah.
And and I even thought that their powers in the first episode looked pretty good.
In
Um,
this, they what happened?
yeah,
Like they couldn't. What made me laugh was like you expecting like a massive like superhero battle of Supergirl and the Flash teaming up to
no,
fight
well,
Silver
no,
Banshee and Lightweight. They take her to the park.
no. I didn't expect that, but it was. But this is a fucking crossover. Like Arrow and Flash had better fighting choreography and better use of the powers than this thing did. And this is like, and you can't fucking call this the world's finest. and then
Like,
give me this.
it's just they took her to a park.
He took it to a park.
Like I was expecting like at least a rooftop or something.
Yeah, and anything interesting. But the Flash throws fucking lightning at a woman called Livewire. Like, did Supergirl not tell
Like
him
she
what his
did. She was
power
like,
is?
oh, she gets the power from the electricities. And he was like, I
Oh
got
yeah,
this.
and he
Oh
yeah.
crap.
But when he started running around her, I thought he was like gonna siphon energy away from her.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can do that with like natural lightning, but that's what I assumed he was gonna do.
No, the worst part was the fire brigade showed up.
Yeah, and that like using water to beat a person
Like,
uses
why didn't they try
electricity.
that?
Like what?
Like, how did the fire department like
No, that's common sense.
do
Like
that?
the fire department is smarter than these two.
Like how? Like these guys work with the CIA. Well, it's not the CIA, but it's basically the CIA. Like, these guys work with the CIA
They're
and
Shield.
their
It's
shield.
Shield. Yeah, it's
And
Shield.
they can they just not afford a bucket of water?
But it's
Is it not in the budget?
yeah, like if Livewire's power was something complicated, something you couldn't just use common sense to beat, I would say whatever. But it's fucking electricity. Like what beats electricity? Oh, water. So why didn't Kara like take a big chunk of the ocean, put it over a live wire, melt it with her heat vision, then just kill live wire?
Right? Wait, you know that part where Silver Banshee punches Supergirl and Supergirl's down for like 2 minutes?
Yeah, that shouldn't work.
Yeah. Like, why doesn't Supergirl just like put her hand over her mouth or something?
Well, she does put the headphones on, so
Like, yeah, you can't, like, what if, like, just hold her mouth shut, just like push her jaw
but
into
really,
her.
Silverback, she shouldn't even be able to hurt her because
Not
Silverback
really.
first doesn't give her super strength or anything. It's just
No.
screaming. Like I
It's,
don't know what her powers are in the comic books. I
it's,
think
it's that she's a real jelly person. She's real
that's
angry. She's like,
that's
the women in our family are real mad.
oh my god.
They're not happy people.
Yeah.
So you have to
And
kill.
nobody likes us, and that's where we get our fucking power from. I can't
And
believe that was a thing. That's a thing in a 2016 show.
and Livewire, like, it's like we gotta give you a makeover. Why? And she
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah, she really goes into the supervillain thing fast. Like at the beginning of the episode, she's kind of freaked out about it, and then it just clicks in her head to be a supervillain, and
And she looks
that's
like she's on her way to a My Chemical Romance concert.
and a lot of people are praising it as like accurate to the comic books, but it still doesn't look good. Just because you're accurate to the comic books does not make you, by definition, good. Look
Like,
at
she look.
Daredevil season 2. Like that thing is accurate to the hand being so prominent in Daredevil, and it fucking killed the show.
She just looks like an emo kid on a rebellious phase. It was just.
And she's supposed to be like a grown woman too,
Yeah.
like a 26, 27 year old
Yeah, because like she
adult
got
person.
fired by Cat Grant, so she's like, I'm angry because my family are angry
Hey,
people.
I will say I like Cat Grant.
Cat Grant's fun.
I really like that scene where she's like begging them not to kill her, not for her own sake, but because apparently she has children. I think that was probably the only good scene in the entire episode.
I like how they chained her, they handcuffed her to a park bench.
Really,
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed that.
But
Because I
like
was so fucking bored throughout this entire episode that I barely remember anything from it, and I just saw it 30 minutes ago.
the continuity between those scenes are like, like there's a scene, there's a shot where Supergirl like takes the handcuffs off the park bench and everything, which you probably would be able to like get off, to be honest, like just by yourself. But like
Mhm.
in the scene before that, she didn't have the handcuffs on. She was just kind of sitting there while
Yeah,
they were
that's why I forgot about the handcuff because it doesn't look like they did anything for it. It looked like they just sat her down at a park bench, and that was it.
like. One, you're in a park, so like live wire can't really like travel through electricity, so you'd probably just run away.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, why didn't they put her in like the power plant or something,
Yeah.
where Livewire can basically be at a million different places at
And
once?
Silver Banshee can only just like scream, like you could outrun her.
Yeah, really. Um,
Just run
yeah,
away.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but they should have done it like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where they just take her to a power plant
Yeah.
and just fight there. But they maybe that was just way above their budget.
Why would you go to a park? And then, especially that Spider-Man one scene, like you mess with Spider-Man, you let mess with New York.
Yeah,
Like,
this
she
episode really
saved
reminded
us.
Spider-Man. And I guess the fire department scene should be like sweet and stuff because the city fighting to save her. It's so fucking stupid because anybody with common
It's
sense should be
like
able to beat Livewire.
picking. It's like stopping people from picking on the special kid at school or something.
Yeah.
Like she's so dumb that she didn't even think of water.
Yes, for an electricity using person. Like, what
And
a
like,
novel concept.
if the fire department thought of it, she probably did it in like the early episode where Livewire appeared. So why don't you just bring a
Yeah.
bucket?
I don't know. I already told you they could have just had a scene where Car freezes part of the ocean, flies over a live wire, have Flash distract her, and then when she's distracted, Car can just unfreeze the water,
Also,
pour it down on live wire, and beat her.
also earlier in the episode, like Kara is like, this symbol doesn't mean what it used to, but like Superman's still around and he's still doing stuff.
Yeah, that I'm gonna say this again. I don't like the fact that Superman exists here.
I don't like
They
it
really
either.
should have gotten rid of him somehow.
I said this to you earlier. It should have started with Death of Superman.
On a CBS budget, no.
No, like you don't need to show the battle or anything.
Maybe like as a newspaper, just the cape on the pole.
Like you see like maybe just 1 second of it on a TV screen or something, and she
Yeah,
flies over there. She's too late, and
yeah,
then she's like, "Oh my God, the Superman, he's dead. What a shame. I'm kind of mildly annoyed because I'm a terrible
yeah,
actress."
yeah.
And then you just start the shit from there.
Yeah,
Like,
or they just could have done my idea and have his pod just not get to Earth. That
just
could have worked too.
kill the baby.
Well, it is a mercy that he doesn't have to exist in the same universe as this shit.
Uh, like I think you said this earlier. People are gonna be hailing this as like, this is what Batman v Superman should have been. You know,
Oh God, if Batman v Superman was anything like this, I legitimately would have died in the movie. Just straight up, Robin dead, no hope in the humanity
because
anymore.
like the endings to this are kind of similar, where like the hero makes the sacrifice to make the city believe in them again or something. Like, at least it was like subtle enough to where it didn't have you mess with Spider-Man. I mean Supergirl. You mess with New York. I mean National City. Like, come on.
And it's not even like it works. Like Flash and Supergirl have nothing going on. It's not even this antagonistic relationship between Batman and Superman in the movie.
Yeah, they're just kind of
Flash,
cool with each other.
yeah, they're just. I mean, that is kind of interesting. The
Yeah,
fact that they don't have them fight. I guess that we have to have to give them props for that.
I like because I just like how Flash is like really enthusiastic about like just being here.
Yeah,
He's excited about aliens existing.
yeah. Wait, don't aliens exist in the CW verse?
I don't think they do. Not yet.
I don't think they do
Like
either.
I think they could have done that with Hawk Girl, but like I think that was they did the reincarnation Egyptian thing.
Oh man, yeah, yeah, you're right. But still, it's not too weird. I don't think.
Yeah, I like how he wants a picture of the alien pod though.
Yeah. Um. So for something called the world's finest, I think we can both agree that this was a big waste of time.
It was. I don't even know why I watched it. I don't watch
Because
either
you're
of
a
these
sadist.
shows.
You just watch stuff that you're gonna hate.
I just hate myself.
Yeah, but it's okay. I do it all the freaking time too.
uh,
Um, but one of the things I wanted to really discuss with you is kind of what I mentioned earlier, the whole superfluous faithfulness to source material, quote unquote.
yeah,
This is especially interesting after seeing Batman v Superman, which that movie basically skull fucks everybody's expectations for
it
better or for worse.
does.
And you and I both like that movie specifically because it skull fucks those things, and it does it in smart and interesting ways.
It does most of them better, like Death of Superman.
Yeah. Um, I would even argue that it does, some things even better than Dark Knight Returns, but
Yeah, because Dark Knight Returns Batman is inconsistent.
yeah, like he blatantly uses a machine gun to kill somebody, and then
And then he's
later
like,
on, like
yeah,
these are the weapons of the enemy.
yeah, he snaps the guy's gun in half. Half? I'm
Yeah,
not American. Half. That's my accent. He snaps the guy's gun in half. I was like, this is the weapon of the enemy. But you gunned down like one of our buddies earlier.
yeah, and,
Man,
and it's really interesting for me to see how people still really praise this show because it is a superficial Superman show.
yeah,
That's why people like it, and I think that's a pretty big disservice to the character because a lot of his quote unquote fans are liking the show, but they're really liking it only for like the most shallow of reasons. It's basically like dating a supermodel just because she's a supermodel,
yeah.
not giving a shit about anything.
His show is like very surface level. Like bright tone, bright colors. She's smiling.
Yeah,
There
and
you go. Glasses.
that's Superman, so that automatically makes it better than Henry Cavill's Superman, who is infinitely more interesting, better
Like,
acted.
even in Man of Steel, where he's like not a character, and I loved
Yeah,
Batman v Superman, but I didn't like Man of Steel. Even he's like more interesting than this, like, just like shell
because
of
at
a
least he
woman.
has
Like,
some interesting stuff happening around him, like over his backstory and stuff.
like,
At least he has that.
this Supergirl, like, she has no confidence at all, and it's really annoying. Like, I watched 4 episodes of the show. I've given this show 4 chances, and each time it's like, just grow a backbone. Like, this show is like supposed to be about like female empowerment and everything, but she's like just the most easily put down, the dumbest person, like least proactive person I've ever seen
And
on
it's not like
anything.
they even set up any real context for it. I don't think. Like at least with the way Henry Cavill Superman is played, you understand why this guy would be more or less sure of himself
Yeah,
than standard Superman.
and like,
I don't know what this Kara's deal is. I don't know why she is such a spineless little wimp.
I want this show to crossover with iZombie
Really?
because Liv in that show has been through a lot worse stuff than
Yeah,
Kara,
she
but
dies. She
she's
dies.
like really strong and confident, and she lives on
Yeah,
through
she
it, and
dies in the first 5 minutes and then comes back to life, and she has to eat people's brains,
yeah,
and she's still, going strong.
like I was talking to friend of the show, John Cereso, the other day.
Really? He's a fan of
Yeah,
the show. Really? Damn.
and in the Flash Supergirl crossover, I want Barry to just tell her just get over herself, because Barry watched his mother die in front of him.
Yeah.
Like,
And I was kind of hoping that he was going to do that, but he doesn't do that. Like, they have no meaningful conversation in the entire episode. Like, Barry doesn't learn anything from her. She doesn't learn anything from him, except that the multiverse exists, and that's kind of cool, I guess.
she's like, the city doesn't trust me anymore, and he's like, wait. That's pretty much what he says. He's like, wait.
Yeah. And I don't even understand where she's getting this from. Like, I know she basically got Superman 3'd
Yeah,
in the last episode, but that shouldn't immediately make her you just destroy any confidence she has in herself. I mean, I understand why she would feel bad about what happened, but to be all defeatist about it immediately, like, oh fuck, being Supergirl,
It's
this doesn't
just
mean anything. It's just
the ongoing theme with the show because, like, in episode 2, she puts out like an oil spill, like that's got on
yeah.
fire and everything, and they're like, Superman would have done this faster, and she's like, oh, I gotta rethink my whole plan. Oh, I gotta take it easy. Like, you just did it like 5 seconds slower than Superman would have done it. It's just calm down. It's not like anyone died.
You wait, no one died.
No one died. She just puts
See,
it out like.
if a lot of people died, I would actually understand why she'd be, why she would feel like that. But if no one died,
So,
who
like,
cares?
if the guy hadn't mentioned it, she probably would have just gone on like normally, like normal.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, Superman would have done this like 5 seconds ago. So I'm a bit slower than Superman. Doesn't matter. Gonna keep on smiling.
Yeah. Oh my god, this show. This show could have actually been legitimately good.
It could have.
But I really want the DC guys to fire Guggenheim and his whole
This is
cabal
Berlanti.
moron.
Berlanti's pretty much pulling. Like, Berlanti's in charge of The Flash and this. And I think Legends of Tomorrow. I think Guggenheim's the only one doing Arrow.
Um, all right, I kind of like Legends of Tomorrow because it's basically Doctor Who with a bunch of C-list DC characters, and I think that's kind of fun. I mean, it's fucking stupid as shit, but it's not making me want to bash my brains in like this show is.
I really hope they don't drag John Constantine in though. Like, I wasn't a fan of the show, but I'm not gonna say it's like outright bad, just for the fans of that show. Because I
Yeah, well,
don't
they did
think,
drag him into Arrow, so that
yeah,
was not particularly a fun
like
experience.
I wasn't a fan of that show because it was supernatural Doctor Who and it felt really generic. But like, I can see the appeal. So I don't want the fans of that show to go through that because that show's way better than anything that these guys have done, and it's pretty
Because at least with
generic to
that show,
me.
I felt like they were trying.
Yeah.
But
Also, it wasn't on the CW.
yes,
And
that also helps. That actually kind of feels like a network show. Like regardless of your feelings, like you have to say that Constantine feels like a show that's on a different network from the CW. This thing feels like a spin-off of
yeah,
the CW that easily could have existed in that same place, and no one really
Constantine,
blinked at it.
because that's how it's pronounced in the show. Is
Wait, do I say Constantine?
yeah.
Wow,
See, I'm careful
that's
with that.
progress because I used to have a real big problem saying Constantine.
Like, I don't know. It's fine.
But
Say Constantine.
Constantine.
I don't know why they can't get that right in any of the adaptations.
I don't know either. Maybe because they think it's going to be hard for people to pronounce it.
It's fine. Just you can get the name right. Come on.
But you have to agree with me. If Batman v Superman has proven anything to me, it's that people are really fucking stupid, bro.
Yeah.
Because because that movie does a lot of things in really subtle, really interesting ways, and everyone's like, Batman, Superman, best friends because their moms have the same name. Like, even though the whole movie fucking spells out why
Like
that even
right before the scene, like when he says Martha, he says, "You're not a god. You're not even a man." This is
yeah.
it's obvious that he's just been dehumanizing him to this point.
Yes, and no one fucking gets that. No one. Everyone's like, "Oh, Batman's killing people. I'm fucking done."
He doesn't kill Luthor in the end. That's the end of his character arc.
Or the beginning of it, you could say.
Yeah, like
But we're kind of getting off topic here, but the basic gist of it is if you guys have listened to anything we've said, that the episode is bad. It doesn't deserve any kind of
it's
positive reaction.
terrible.
I cannot believe this show has a
Worse than
96 on Rotten
Columbine.
Tomatoes. A 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is an insult to any good show ever.
Is iZombie Man? Well, no, well, people are gonna die tonight. You know.
It does. I don't know if it does,
It better.
but I really feel like Supergirl only got that high of a score because people thought that if they didn't say Supergirl was amazing, they were going to
Yeah.
get blamed and stuff because that's the society we live in now.
Because I am a feminist, and this show is terrible.
This show is basically for people who have a problem with New 52 Starfire.
Yeah.
It's for those people. And I like Scott Lobdell's Starfire because she just doesn't give a fuck. She's very sexual. She knows it. She's okay with it, and she's not apologetic about it. The
It's
Starfire in the Teen Titans show is basically Supergirl in this.
yeah.
She has no personality. She just wants to ride dick, and she can fly and shoot lasers. That's it.
Pretty much.
And
And
but you
she's
should do
really
you should do a
naive and
rant. You
undercommon.
should do a rant on the Teen Titans show because I'm pretty sure you could say a whole
Yeah.
plethora of things on that subject.
Teen Titans superfan Joey over here,
Mm-hmm.
who's actually read the comics. Because
Yeah,
Starfire was always just a terrible person.
yeah. And if you try to explain that to people, they're gonna be like, "Oh no, she fucking wasn't."
Have you seen that that web comic that they did? Like,
Yeah,
this girl
yeah.
loved
Oh yeah, I
watching the
read
Teen
that.
Titans show when she was a kid. Like, I
It's the
just
same bullshit that people give with the DC animated universe. It's basically, oh, I grew up with this version, so that means this version is automatically the best, most definitivist version ever, and everything else is inferior to it.
I just hate how entitled the comic book fans are. Like,
Oh,
I
really?
remember,
I never noticed.
I remember like when Daredevil season 2 came out, and I saw like a post that was like the Electro that we deserve. You don't deserve anything. We don't deserve anything.
Yeah, because you're like 1% of the audience. They're not making this stuff for you. The only adaptations I think that are specifically made to comic book fans are the DC animated movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And not even that anymore, because they seem like they're designed to, like,
they're trying to
mom's
appeal
at
to
the grocery
yeah,
store,
yeah,
and she sees Batman on the
which is
shelf. She's like,
which is
"Ooh, I'll
which is
get this for
funny
little
because they're
Jeremy."
really really violent now, more so than they were before.
I don't get what that game is.
I don't know, but if you think that that average Joe gives a shit about an animated adaptation of The Long Halloween, your head is firmly planted up your own ass.
I, those movies are made now to be kind of like, you know how Sci-Fi Channel does, instead of Transformers, they do Transmorphers.
No, but continue, please. That's
Like they do like cheap knockoffs of movies to like trick people into buying them. Like they think
yeah.
they're buying Transformers, but they're buying Transmorphers, or they think they're buying the Hobbit movies, but it's Legend of the Hobbits.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's the thing sci-fi does,
yeah,
and they get away with it.
yeah.
How?
Like I
I
think
don't-
they did like a superhero movie that was supposed to be The Dark Knight, but it was The Black Knight with Knight without a K.
Um, we're gonna have to end this soon because my dad's going to bed. But the gist of it is, we both dislike this episode a lot. We did meander a
Yeah,
lot
well,
too.
there's not a lot to talk about.
Yeah, because, yeah. But there is going to be a spoiler cast. I am thinking about getting Joy back into it. Probably James, the one cunt.
Thinking about? Come on.
I don't know what's going to happen because we
You need,
always say we're going to do a spoiler cast and then we never get one.
good point. We did a Fantastic Four one, but you just didn't upload it.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'd like to thank once again Joy for joining me here on this.
This is my idea.
Thing. Yeah, I'm taking credit for
Don't
it.
Stanley me. Don't Bob Kane me.
I bought the rights to this thing. This is mine. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked us shooting the shit for, I don't know, 30 minutes. And hopefully we're going to have that Batman v Superman spoiler cast out sometime this century while it's still halfway relevant.
This week or the next.
Probably this week. Hopefully this week.